Hey everyone, and welcome back. It's Christy, and as you can see, I'm back in the old closet room today with the umbrella lighting, but I've kind of switched the umbrellas and I kind of tilted them down a little bit, and I think it may look a little better today. I don't think I look as washed out, and so yeah, I'm liking a little bit better today. But I just wanted to pop on and wish everybody a happy weekend. I'm so excited about Friday. Friday's one of my favorite days. Of course, it's Bible study night, and I get to spend the evening with my kids and my grandkids. And I did vlog last weekend. I probably won't vlog tonight unless I would show Sue Ellen and Michelle, maybe let them say hi to you. But usually it's the same routine every Friday night. We go in and we sing and we pray and Mama teaches and we eat. And Friday nights is a big challenge for me because it's still considered one of my restricted eating days, I guess you would call it. So Friday evenings, like I said before, I'm going to quit trying to say that. As I mentioned before, they usually bring food in that contains meat, so I really don't eat any of the food, but they do bring in some yummy desserts, and sometimes I will indulge. Now, sometimes I'm a good girl, and I won't even go in the kitchen area because I know it's tempting to me, because usually by the time I go to Bible study, I've already eaten the amount of food that I need to eat for that day. Like this morning, well, I got up at around 10:15. I got up and I was up a couple hours just doing some housework and some laundry. And by 12:30, I started getting a little bit hungry, so I did eat one of my protein bars and drank some pop with it. Does anybody else call it pop? I know we call it pop in this area. I know some people call it soda and soft drinks, and some people just call it Coke. But we call it pop here in the country. So I drank some pop, and I know that's probably not the healthiest breakfast, and it's really not a breakfast. It's probably more like a lunch for me. So I ate that around 12:30, and now it's been a couple hours. And after I leave here, probably around 4 or 5, I will grab a salad, and then I'll have a later snack after that, maybe some almonds or some dark chocolate, or maybe another protein bar or a protein shake. I kind of switch it around. I have my go-to food that I eat through the week, but Friday nights is usually my temptation because when I get to Bible study, a lot of the women bring in homemade desserts, and they are yummy. So I don't know about tonight. If I do indulge in a dessert, I will just eat a small amount, and I will report back to you guys tomorrow and let you know what I ate. But I'm hoping to maybe not even go in the kitchen. It's hard because my babies want to walk around, and they like to go in the kitchen and snack, and I usually go in there and try to feed them some and keep them quiet. So, and it's hard not to kind of look around and see what they brought in to eat. But I'm going to try to be a good girl, and I'll let you know tomorrow how I done. But I just wanted to pop on, and I'm going to show you a outfit of the day, and I want to show you my makeup routine. It's not fancy, and I like my makeup today. I've got my Cool Tone Jesse's Girl eyeshadow palette, and I'm loving that palette. But it doesn't have the names of the eyeshadows. It's just an inexpensive palette. It was $5.99, and it's just the Backstage collection, which I'll hold it up and show it to you. And maybe later I will experiment with trying to do some swatches. I don't know how well I can do with this lighting and with my phone, but we may try that in the near future. But we'll start with my morning routine. Now, I will do a evening routine, skincare routine later on. It's not anything very extensive. It's just very simple. In the past, I did use some more expensive products on my face, and I'll try to remember some of the things I've used in the future and write it down. That way I can remember some of the brands that I've used. And I've used some really good skincare. But I find that my face is really, it's grouchy, I guess. It gets irritated easy. It's not that I can use like exfoliants and abrasive things and stuff, but if I use very much Retin-A, my face flares up and gets really itchy and burns, and it's real scaly, and my eyelids get real scaly because I use Retin-A all over. When I do use it, I will use it all over, and I know you're supposed to watch your eyelids, but even if I get it close to like my brow bone or under my eye, it will travel and it will irritate my eyelids. But I do like to use Retin-A, and I do use it from time to time, but then I will have to take a break for a few months. And right now I'm on a break from it. So, but I will get into what I do in the evenings later. But usually when I get up, It depends on how my face feels of the mornings, whether I wash it or not. If it doesn't feel really oily, or, how it feels in the mornings when you wake up, I may just splash it down with some cool water and go. But then if I feel like I need to cleanse, I will. And I'm a big fan of Dove Beauty Bar, the Dove Beauty Bar, and I will buy the one that has the gentle exfoliation in it. And I do like that Beauty Bar. I will use Dove quite often until my skin goes through cycles. And when I was in my late 20s, I had very bad cystic hormonal acne. And I did have to go to a dermatologist and get on Accutane, which I will tell you more about that later. That's a long story. But my acne was terrible, and it did scar my face to an extent. And over the years, I've done things to try to help with the scarring. But once your skin is scarred like that, there's not a whole lot you can do to ever, to be honest, you can't remove it. You may be able to go and have laser treatments done, and it can improve. But to completely take scarring away is almost impossible. But it has gotten better over the years, and I'll share with you later some of the things I did to help with that. But I'm pretty happy with my skin right now. But like I was saying earlier, I do use Dove soap. The majority of the time, I will wash my face with Dove soap until my pores along my jawline will start clogging, and I'll start getting congested areas in my skin. And then I will take a break, because Dove soap is a beauty bar, and it's not a real heavy cleanser. And sometimes I feel like I need something. This chair squeaks, so if you hear me squeaking, that's what it is. So I will switch off of Dove for a while, and I will go do something more cleansing. And I had a sister-in-law, or I do have a sister-in-law, that struggled with really bad acne when she was young, and she went to a dermatologist, and they told her when she had a bad breakout, or if her pores seemed like they were clogged, to use, and I know this is going to seem strange, but to use Dial antibacterial soap, and that it would clear it up. And that's what I've been doing here lately, and it is helping with the clogged pores. I do have a breakout here today. I don't even know what that's from, but it's a little touchy. Every now and then I'll get periodically I will get a breakout, but not real often. My problem is mostly little small clogged pores along my jawline, and I really don't know why, because I'm not bad to rest my face on my hands or anything, but it will clog in that area and maybe around my nose. And that's what I've been struggling with the last couple of months. So now I am using the Gold Bar Dial antibacterial soap for cleansing. And last night when I came home, I felt like my skin was a little extra oily and kind of felt dirty. And on nights like that, I will use a washcloth. Most of the time, I will just wash my face with my hands. But last night, it felt like it needed a little extra something. And so I did wash my face with a washcloth and with Dial soap. And I just done circular motions. And that also exfoliates your skin. And I'll take it down my neck, which my neck is not a problem area at all. I'm very pleased with how my neck has held up over the years. And I do anything that I put on my face, I will run down my neck and on the back of my hands. I think it's very important. And the chest area. The areas that people see is usually what I focus on. I'm really bad to neglect my body care, and like lotion and stuff. I'm really bad for that. Sometimes I'll do it, but I'm not real good at keeping up with it. But I think I've yapped long enough, so let's get started. So this morning I woke up. My skin was a little extra oily, so I did wash my face with a washcloth and with my Dial soap. And I just scrubbed it real good and done circular motions. And then I rinsed with lukewarm water. And then I splashed it with cool water. I always try to follow with cool water or even cold water to close my pores back up. They say that hot and warm water will open the pores, and then cold water will kind of calm that back down and close your pores. I do have large pores and some scarring, and so I try to keep my pores clean and as small as I can. There's not a whole lot. You cannot shrink your pore size. You can camouflage it a little bit for a while. And so I did wash my face, and I rinsed it with cold water. And now my stuff is sitting over here on my desk, And so I am going to have to glance over and reach for things, okay? So I hope that's okay. So I came in my beauty room, and I sit down at my desk. Everything's in my drawers, real handy for me to get to. And so my first step is, of course, my hair is already pulled back, and I sit down to do my face and my makeup. The first thing I will do, sorry, did you hear that? I knocked myself over. The first thing I will do most of the time, now I will not do this all the time. If I feel like my skin's getting a little too dry, I will back off on this. But usually I will take a round cotton rounds, they call them. And I love this brand. It is the White Clouds brand. And I'll take one out and let you see. Very thick, very soft, fluffy, like a cloud. But I will take one of these. I love these things. I will take one of these, and I will put some witch hazel. Now, I know a lot of people think that witch hazel is drying, and it can be. And this one does contain alcohol. Do you see the fuzzies flying around from my cotton round? But I have used the witch hazel, the Thayer's brand, and I usually get it from GNC, and I do like that brand real well. And I will use that most of the time. I get the rose scented one, and it's a little more expensive. I think it's like $10 a bottle. But this is, I ran out of that, and this is what I have on hand right now. And it's just the basic distilled extract of witch hazel, and you get it at Walmart. And it's got a hair on it. This is an odor bottle that I pulled out of our medicine cabinet, and this is what I've been using. But I will take some witch hazel and saturate a cotton round, and I will take that all over my face and down my neck, around my nose, really focusing around the nose and the creases where I do get like clogged pores or blackheads, and around my jawline and down my neck, like I said. And I'll even go up behind my ears because, you know, a lot of times your makeup will get back there, and of a night when you wash your face, sometimes you don't get that area real good. So I cleanse real well until there's nothing coming off on the pad, and I will let that dry. Now, like I said, I don't do that every day, but most of the time I do, because it just makes your face feel clean and refreshed, and it tightens those pores. And when I get back out to GNC, I will buy me another bottle of the Thayer's Witch Hazel. It is my favorite. So after my witch hazel dries, I will go in with my CeraVe. If you can see, like I said before, I do not have a good camera, so it probably will not focus. But this is the CeraVe AM Facial Moisturizing Lotion for normal to dry skin, and it has an SPF of 35. No, 30. It's just 30. Broad spectrum sunscreen, SPF of 30. And that is what I'm wearing right now. And I've wore this all through the fall and the winter. I wear it every day alone or under my makeup. I'm a real believer in sunscreen every day. So I wear that. And now when it gets hotter, it's a beautiful day, by the way. The sun is shining so bright, and it is almost 80 degrees. That's hard to believe at the end of February that it's that warm. So I've just got a thin blouse. I'll show this to you. But what was I saying? Oh, sunscreen. Now, in the summer months, I will up my sunscreen to 50 and even 70. It depends on what activity I'm doing on what day. But I will usually go up to an SPF 50, and most of the time it will be a Neutrogena brand. I like their sunscreen real well too. They both agree with me real well. They don't break me out or anything. The CeraVe is my favorite consistency, but I like to go higher than a 30 in the summer. Okay, so that's what I will do next. I'm going to take my cotton round and dab at my nose because I feel like it's running. I may have to do that from time to time because I hate pausing my camera and getting up and then coming back and doing, once I'm seated, I like to stay down. Okay, now after that, I will use my foundation after I let that sink in a little bit. My favorite foundation right now is the Wet n Wild. I'm going to try not to cover my face. Is the Wet n Wild Coverall. I love this foundation. It's $3.99 a bottle. And it's a squeezy tube, which I really like. I like anything that I can squeeze out of the bottle or pump out. I don't like to have to pour it in my hand. But it is a cream foundation, and it is in the shade medium. I wear anything from a light medium to medium. And if I do self-tan, which like I told you yesterday, I've not been self-tanning because it kind of transfers onto my clothes and my baby's clothes, and I don't like to do that. So I probably will not self-tan this summer. But if I do eventually start self-tanning, I will go up to the medium tan. But I have used this foundation for several years now. I stick with it. It works fine. It covers good. It does not break me out. And I really like it. It is the Wet n Wild coverall. And this is the light to medium shade. And I do have the medium shade. And I just kind of, it's just according, what look I want. If I'm wearing a turtleneck and I want a little extra color on my face, I will wear the medium and then bronze my face up a little bit with that. But yes, I love this foundation. Now, I do not struggle with under eye circles. I have, they're small, light under eye circles, but not the real dark, deep under eye circles. So I do not use a concealer, but I do use the Age Rewind. I'm going to read the bottle. Age Rewind for dark circles. And it's I guess it's like a pinky, they call it what, salmon colored. It's not a concealer now. This is the brightener. They do make the concealer in this brand, and I'm sure it's really good. But this is the brightener, and I find that that's all that I need. And I will brighten up under my eyes, on my forehead, down my nose, around my chin area, the center of my face. You want the center of your face to shine and be brighter. So I will use this down the center of my face, and it is just the Age Rewind. Did I say it was by Maybelline? Yes, it's by Maybelline. Maybelline Age Rewind. And it is the brightener. I love this. I've wore it for several years. I got a fuzzy on my nose from that cotton round. Okay, now after that, I will, you know what? I didn't get my makeup brushes. Well, I'm not going to get them because I'd have to get up and go back there. And they're nothing fancy. They're just a set of brushes that my mom ordered on eBay. I don't even know the name of them. And they come in a brush roll. And they're very expensive, but they do the job. So after I let that kind of settle, I will take my Wet n Wild. I showed you this the other day. This is my new one. I had one in my empties. This is my Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer, which it's too light for me to be a bronzer. SPF 15. I really love that it has SPF in it. But I will just take a fluffy brush, as you can see. It's light, but it's considered a bronzer. And it's got a really pretty sheen to it. And I will take my fluffy brush and I will just dust all over my face, down my neck, and I will dust, and it will just leave my skin with the prettiest glow and sheen. And that's what I like. I don't like a real matte finish. When you get middle-aged, a lot of times, if you will wear something that reflects, I'm not saying to look like a disco ball. And me, myself, I don't use highlighter. My girls both love highlighters, and they look beautiful on them. But I don't highlight my face. I just use this all over, and it gives me, as you can see, I hope you can tell, just a real pretty sheen. And when you get older, if you'll just put a little bit of a glow to your skin, it will brighten you up and it will distract from any problem areas and wrinkles and stuff like that. It kind of diffuses that. And I will just dust this all over, and I really love the effects of that. And then next, I will usually go in with the same brush. I usually keep like a paper towel on my desk, and I'll just dust my brush over that, and go on to the next product. And so after I put on my all over powder, then I will go in with, and I showed you this the other day too, and this really, it should be in an empties soon. I did put it in my empties the other day, and then I put it back in my drawer is what I did, because I have a new one of these. But this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in Ticket to Brazil, and it is my all-time favorite bronzer. These bronzers are, I should know this, but I think they are $4.99 a piece. I'm pretty sure. Very inexpensive, and they're big. Look how big. I can use one of these for several months. Look how dirty it looks. I can write my name on that. I'm not one to keep my makeup looking its best. I usually just buy cheap makeup, and I really don't care, to be honest. Look at the really pretty yellow sticker. Don't you like that? That's cute, ain't it? But all these girls on YouTube, I love watching them. And they show their makeup collection. They have beautiful makeup and beautiful packaging. And I do envy them sometimes because they have such pretty makeup collections. But mine is not. It's just cheap packaging. But it does the job and it's well worth the price. So, but this is Ticket to Brazil. And what I will do is I'll take a fluffy brush and I'll just go around the perimeters of my face and down my neck and just kind of touch on the like the cheek, where you would contour. Because I told you before, I don't contour. I used to when I was heavier, but I usually don't contour because my face is very thin now. So I usually just warm my face up with my Ticket to Brazil. And did I tell you, I hope I didn't get the wrong name on this one. Did I tell you the name of this? Reserve Your Cabana. This is the light one that I dust all over. And this is Ticket to Brazil. This is my bronzer that I warm up with. Okay. And then after that, actually before I bought this blush, I told you about the blush. It's the e.l.f. brand Mellow Mauve. But now this is a beautiful blush, and I don't know if you can tell, but it does not show up well on camera. And definitely not in these lightings. It's looking more orange or bronzy, which is not my favorite look at all. I don't like to look orange or bronzy. I've done that in the past, and I'll look back at pictures, and I look ridiculous. I cannot believe that I ever thought it looked pretty. I was very over self-tanned, and on top of that, I would bronze to the max, and I just looked so orange, and I do not like that look at all. And that's what this is coming across on camera, but it's a very pretty mauve blush, and I'm very happy with this blush. And I will just take a stippling brush, if you know what that is, a dual fiber stippling brush, and I'll just put that on the apples of my cheeks. And before I bought this one a few nights ago, I didn't even have a blush. I'm not a big blush person. I never have been. But I do like this blush. I had borrowed my daughter's or used it one day when I was out there and loved it, so I went and bought it. And I think it was $3 is what it was. And I'm really liking it. And that will be the face routine. And then I will go on to my brows. I have very thin, sparse brows. And one of these days, if I get the nerve up to come on and let you see me with a clean face and maybe try to do a makeup tutorial or a get ready with me, you will see that I have really, really thin, pitiful looking brows. So I feel I'm in quite a bit. But I've used this for years, and it's just the Wet n Wild. I told you before, most of my stuff is Wet n Wild. I love that brand. But this is just the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit. And I don't know if you can tell. I'll open it for you. It's got the waxy product here, which I very seldom use. Then it's got a medium brown, and that's the one, as you can see, I've hit pan. That's the one I use most of the time. And then this is a dark brown. And if I feel like I have some sparse areas or some that needs a little extra coverage, I'll go in with that. And I don't use the brush that come with it. Has a little teeny angled brush, and the brush is fine, but it's so small it's hard to work with. So I have a bigger angled brush that I use with this. But I've used it for years. It works fine, and I will keep buying it. I like it. So I'll do my brows. And then I will go in with my eyeshadow palette. And I have been using, look how dirty. I've been using my Jessie's Girl Backstage Collection. I love this palette. It was $5.99 at Rite Aid. And you can get a lot of different looks with it. But I'll hold it up. And you can kind of see my brush marks. I've used pretty much all of them. I guess I have used all of them since I bought it. But I would tell you the names, but they're not listed. So the shadows are not listed or named. But that's what I have on my eyes today. Actually, this is what I've been wearing. I do have some warm tone palettes. And I was wearing a warm tone eye look in my intro video. I went back this morning. Most of the time when I'm doing my makeup, I have YouTube on. But this morning I was watching myself, and I went back to my intro video, and I thought I looked pretty. I liked my look. I wasn't a big fan of the warm shadows on my eyes, and that's one reason after I watched that back that I was on the hunt for some cooler shades. I've had cooler shades in the past. And I'm drawn to cooler shades, but at that time I didn't have anything I really liked, so I went out and I found this and I really liked it. But I said I was watching myself, and I still do this, but I don't know how many times on that video that I said I just want to have fun with it, and I'm just going to take it a day at a time, and I'm just going to have fun with it. And I was camera shy, I guess, but I'm going to go back one day and count how many times I said that, and I'll tell you. Or you can go watch it. But I'm so funny, I cracked myself up on it but I was proud of myself for getting the courage to even start a channel and to do an intro video. And for our first video, it wasn't bad, but I was watching it this morning and I thought, you big dummy, how many times are you going to say I'm going to have fun with it or take it a day at a time? I think they know what you're saying. But I will probably never get to where I don't repeat myself, so please just bear with me and love me for it anyway. But yeah, I'll do my eyeshadow look with this. And then I will put my eyeliner on. And you know what? I left it in my purse because I keep it with me because my waterline will, it'll wear off my waterline during the day. And I will touch up during the day. But it is a Wet n Wild. It's the extractable. You just roll it up. I do not like a pencil that you have to sharpen. Most of the time, they are the best quality, but I don't like to take the time to sharpen them. I hate the whole process of it. I don't like it, so I don't buy them. So it's just an extractable black eyeshadow, Wet n Wild brand, $1.99. And most of the time, I will line with shadow anyway, and I will just use the eyeliner for my waterline, and then I will put some above my lashes. But I keep it in my purse. I'll show it to you next time. I keep it with me along with my lipstick to apply during the day if I need to. So I'll do my eyeshadow, and then I will do my liner. And then I will go in with my mascara, and it is also Wet n Wild. And it's called Mega Protein. And I like this mascara because I like a wet, thin mascara. Not everybody likes that, but I do. And where I wear lashes every day, I don't really emphasize or really worry about the quality of the mascara. I'm just mainly looking for something that will tint my real lashes and darken them up a little bit. So when I put my lashes on, that you don't see my real lashes, because my real lashes are lighter than the false lashes. And then I'll just take a little bit and put it on the bottom. I do put mascara on my bottom lashes, but it is just Mega Protein Wet n Wild $1.99 mascara, and I like it, and I will keep buying it. It's turned into a repurchase, hasn't it? I'm going to have to dab my nose. I don't know if it's running or not, but it feels like it. Oh, I just painted my nails black again because I was liking it. I like the way it looked in my videos the last couple of days, so I just went over it again. I didn't even take the old polish off. It was barely chipping on the ends, so I just took my polish and went back over it, and I think it looks fine. And matter of fact, I brought it out here to show you. It's the Sally Hansen Insta-Dry, and it's called Black to Black. You can get it pretty much anywhere, and I'm not sure. It's not very inexpensive. It's not very expensive. I think it might be $2.99 or something like that. But it's really good polish for what it is, you know. Now, if you go and get the gel polishes and stuff like that, they're much better quality, and they will last a little bit longer. But, you know, I don't obsess too much over my nails, so I like it. All right, and then where did I leave off? My mascara. Now, after I do my mascara, I will take my lashes, and I love these lashes. These are the Salon Perfect. Every time I use that cotton round, I see fuzzies. But these are the Salon Perfect lashes. They're very pretty and fluttery. I like the lashes that crisscross a little bit. And now I have wore some major lashes before that looks like a caterpillar has crawled up on my lid and laid down. And I look back, and at the time I was having fun with them, but they would weigh my eyes down, and you could see them real plain. So I quit doing that. But not saying that I wouldn't for fun one day, and I might do that and come on and show them to you. But for every day, I like these, and they gradually get longer on the ends. I like that look. It kind of lifts your eyes up on the ends. And that is what I have on today. If you can see, I wear them pretty much every day unless my eyes are really flaring up and they're really irritated and itchy. But I wear these every day, and I love them. I always keep a backup box of these because you never know. And it's the number, I told you it's Salon Perfect, number 614, and it's called Go Glam, if you can see. And I always keep a backup because you never know when they're going to quit making something that you really like. I've had that happen many, many times, and I know you probably have too. So I always keep these on hand. And then I will use that with my, hold on, that's one of the things I dropped earlier. I'm back. Okay, I will use that with my Duo brush on. It's just the brush on Duo adhesive in the dark. I'm really messy with my glue. So if I get the dark, it usually doesn't show. But I love this glue. I've bought it several times. I used to use the Revlon, and it was fine. And it kept my lashes on good. But then my ears, I don't know where that came from. My eyes started getting irritated. And so I switched glue, and they cleared up. So, but anyway, I love this glue, and we'll keep buying it. And that would be my face and my eye look and my brows. And the last thing I do is my lips. And today, as you can tell, I'm back to normal. I went back to the Dose of Colors, my very favorite lip product. And it is a matte. This is serious business. When you put this on, it stays on all day. Tonight at midnight, this will still be on. But now it will get a little bit dry and chalky and not as pretty. It'll start emphasizing the lines of my lips. But I love this lipstick. It's a little more expensive. It's like $23. But I will repurchase it. But I am going to invest in some of the Sephora lip stains. I love those. And I love the way they feel on my lips. And I was having fun with the bright colors. And there were a couple of the colors out of that collection that I will buy eventually. But I'm going to go. I didn't get to make it to the mall yesterday. We ended up going down and spending the evening with my son instead. And I will introduce him and my little sweet daughter-in-law. I want you to meet everybody before it's over. I was talking to my mom on the phone this morning. And one of these days, I want her to say hi to you. My mom is the best woman and the strongest woman that I know. And I'm not just saying that because it's my mom. But I have watched her down through the years go through things that people should never have to face. And I've watched her just keep her integrity and her faith in God. And she's amazing. And I probably don't tell her that enough. But I have a wonderful mother. I have wonderful parents. My dad is a great guy. He's funny. So funny. Very humorous. Keeps you laughing. Plays the banjo. Actually, he plays a lot of instruments. He plays the banjo and the guitar and the bass. He can play. My daddy is a songwriter. He's wrote many songs down through the years, and he's actually had 2 on the gospel music charts. It's been several years ago. But my daddy is a fantastic. He sings too, but he's a better songwriter than he is a singer, and he knows that. My mommy sings. I was raised singing, and I've told you that before. But I have wonderful parents, and they're very good, godly parents, and they're very strong, and I hope to be like them. I was talking about my parents, and my camera cut off, so I had to start it back up. But anyway, like I was saying, my mom and my dad are wonderful people, and I'm very proud to be their daughter. So I'll just drop that for now. I want to introduce you to them later. And I have talked for over 30 minutes, and that is why my camera clicked off on me. So I am going to go ahead and do an outfit of the day and show you what I'm wearing. And then I'm going to head to town. You probably know what I'm going to say next. Go see Hope. Hope and her husband and Sue Ellen. We ride together every Friday evening to Bible study. And then we end up meeting up with my daughter, Kayla, and her family. They're usually already out there when we get there. So we always meet up together out there. And have such a wonderful time. So I'm excited about this evening. But I'm going to go out to Hope's. And then I'm going to go get me a salad. And then I am going to try my best to be a good girl this evening and not eat any desserts. That is my weakness. I love sweets. I can live on them. Love them. But I'm going to quit talking about that. And I'm going to get up and show you my outfit of the day. I'm going to move my chair. This old chair and desk came from an old antique place close to home. I love it. None of my furniture is fancy or modern, but I love it. I'm attached to it. I'm going to move this. I changed bags, and I'll show you. But I am just wearing a if you can tell. I hope it ain't going all crazy on you, but it's such a cute blouse. It is a gray and blue striped button-up blouse. And I got this at TJ Maxx for $14.99. And it is Velvet Hearts brand. I love TJ Maxx. I find that I go in there quite often. I like Marshalls and TJ Maxx. They got some pretty stuff. But I'm just wearing a blouse. Let me show you my jewelry. Basic silver hoop earrings. And this looks dark on camera. And this was what I was wearing in my intro video. But it's actually a silver chain. But it's looking, I don't know if you can tell, but it's looking dark on camera. And it looked dark in my intro video. But it's a silver chain layered with this, what they call these, what is the name of these? Where they go, lariat? That's what it is. A lariat necklace comes down and it connects there and it comes down into this chain with this little silver bar pendant on the end. And I just got this at one of those inexpensive stores in the mall. I think it was either Wet Seal or Rue 21. I'm not sure, but I love it. It's a cute little piece. And then I have my chunky wedding set on and my Vince Camuto industrial strength chain bracelet. My watch, I think it's just the Geneva brand. Just an inexpensive watch. And then on this hand, I have my Express ring. It's all one piece. I love the way this little ring's made. And it's not uncomfortable. You'd think that it would be, but you can't really see. But it's got little diamonds and the bands. It's really cute. But my nails are black, I told you. And look at my hair. It's wonky today. But you know what? I like that. I like very piecey, messy hair. Okay, let me back up. I'm just wearing, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tilt my camera down a little bit and see if this will help. Okay? All right, these are just some skinny leg jeans. Let me pull them up. They're moto style, if you can tell. They got the little ridges running through them. I love that look. Real edgy. And then I've got them cuffed up. And I'll show you my shoes in a second. But these are, they're called 21 Black. But they came from Rue 21. And I got them on sale for like $7. I love them. I've worn them several times. They got a little stretch to them. But I love them. But, yeah. They're real cute. And I just threw this little blouse on with them. Really like the look. Just real casual. And then, I'm going to back up. I got my pants cuffed. That is as far as I can go. I'm all the way back to the window. So, from one wall to the other wall. See, my camera is sitting on my jewelry box on this wall. And that's all the way back to the window. And that is as far as you can get. So I'm going to have to kick my leg up and show you my shoes. But it's just some little, ain't that awkward? Some little shoe booties, Western style with the fringe. And it's a real pretty chocolate brown. And the heel's a little lighter. I wish you could see them right because the fringes hang real cute around my ankles. But yeah, I'm liking my look today. And I did switch out my camo bag. I have packed that camo bag for a couple months now. And I want to show you this bag. Now this is more like my body bags. But I love this handbag. I got it at Plato's Closet for $20. It still had the original price tag on it. It is a BCBG brand. And it is a beautiful bag. I love this bag. And the material is real thick and fluffy. And I have never felt a bag that felt like this before. And I've had many, many, many handbags. But I love the shape of this bag. It is a taupey gray. As you can see, I'm drawn to these colors that you can't describe. I don't know why. But you can see my makeup sitting over here. But it is a taupey gray. But now the handles, if you can see, and the little straps are a real pretty distressed chocolate brown. And they match my little booties that I have on. And I love the little tag on it. I love everything about this. But like I was saying, I got it for $20 at Plato's, the little store I was telling you about. Still had the original price tag, and it was $120 some. So it's a nice bag, good quality. Yeah, I'm liking my look today, but my straps match my boots exactly. And I'm not all about matchy all the time, but I just thought that it was cute that it matched up with it today. But yeah, I'm liking my look. It is a beautiful, I'm going to squat down here. It is a beautiful, sunny, warm day. It is almost, my mom told me it was almost 80 degrees. So I'm excited about getting out and letting the sun shine on me and just being happy and going and eating my salad and seeing my kids and going to Bible study. So I probably, unless I do a little bit of vlogging with some of my friends, I probably won't talk to you anymore today. So you guys have a great Friday and have some fun. And I look awkward. I don't know what that look is. I'm not trying to be cool, I promise. But anyway, you guys have a great weekend. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Oh, that reminds me. My daughter Hope said, Mom, because she was downstairs yesterday when I was doing my try-on haul. She said, Mom, you can't tune in. You're not a radio. Because I was telling everybody, thanks for tuning in. She said, you're so silly. And I said, well, I'm just being me. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.